amazing true life story about how uh, besties, in quotes, opposite sex besties, how they've damaged, they've wrecked, whether consciously or unconsciously, how they've wrecked homes, how they've wrecked marriages. And I'm going to give practical examples and even how I almost fell victim particular scenario. It's like a love triangle. I did a interactive session on this on Sunday, and it was quite interesting. Maybe someday I'll put it on live here. But the focus here is Annie Dibia and Swankie Jerry. Now, while we've had a live where we discussed Two Faces, infidelity, getting involved with Natasha and all, but this issue of Annie now, you can see in the thumbnail, getting close to Swankie Jerry, who happens to be a good friend, even while she was married to Two Face, who happens to be a very good friend. What do you guys think? Are they just catching cruise? Are they seriously getting involved? But before we get to that, I want to know, have you had that experience before where you had a bestie, an opposite sex bestie, who just stay there? Like, when you have like an opposite sex bestie, you're dating someone, you're seeing them, you're in love with someone, but there's this other guy. You're a lady, there's this other guy apart from your boyfriend, that everything that happens in your relationship, you have carried it to the guy. Or maybe you are a guy and there's this other lady apart from your girlfriend or your fiancée or your wife. There's this other woman that anything happening in your marriage or your relationship, you share with her and all that. Like, do you have a bestie like that? Or have you ever had a bestie like that? And that's what we are discussing today. The damage, whether intentionally or not, the damage that these besties bring to the table. They bring a lot of damage to the table. It's as serious as some people, even when they're getting intimate with their better half, they might be thinking of the bestie. Yes, it's that serious. Some besties are so manipulative. Opposite sex bestie. First of all, why are you having an opposite sex bestie? Because now, in the case of Annie and Swankie Jerry, now a lot of people are saying, "Oh, they are best friends. They've been friends for so long. They are best friends. They are this and all that." See, you can have an opposite sex best friend till you marry. When you marry, the only best friend that is of the opposite sex that you can have is your husband or your wife. If you are dating, maybe it can still be allowed during dating, while it's still dangerous too. Because what happens with that when you're dating is that you still find yourself sharing the challenges you are having in your relationship with them. At some point, if you are not careful, you will even be using them as a standard to judge the person you are dating. Meanwhile, the fault you are seeing in the person you are dating, they probably even have worse. But you're not seeing it because you're not looking at them from that perspective of getting married, or when you made up your mind that, hey, I want to date this person, and then there are chances, especially if you're a believer and you know that, okay, your dating should lead to marriage. Now, what happens is that once you enter that phase, you are more critical, you are more conscious of their behavior. So the bestie that you are thinking is actually better than your girlfriend right now. The opposite sex bestie you are thinking is better than your boyfriend right now. You break up with that boyfriend and start dating with them first. Then you find out. You know what's up. Yeah, you know what's up. You're seeing them in all their glamour right now because they are not that close in that perspective to you of someone you want to marry or someone you're married to. So their weaknesses kind of evades you, like you're not seeing it. The moment you break up, let me tell you, let me tell you, fact, real. The moment you break up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend and say, oh yeah, these besties we want to start dating now, from that moment you start seeing some weaknesses. But while we are here to analyze the dangers of having these besties. while you're dating somebody else. Like you look at there are several instances. We can take Tonto Dike and Churchill, for example. You can remember this particular lady Churchill is married to right now was this maybe a staff, a very good friend and staff. And what happened next after I broke up with Tonto Dike? He got married to her. In fact, she was the same secretary, the same staff that Tonto Dike was concerned about is the same person her husband got married to. Besties, excuse me. You know, when there's a breakup, because you feel, oh, this bestie has been there, you feel, oh, because I can speak, I mean, I'm experienced enough to speak about this matter because I happen to have gone through the same phase, right? So I was dating someone and I had a friend too in the university. And then I dated the person for about several years. And then she traveled out. And of course, there was a long distance challenge and all that. We really tried to make it work. I mean, I tried to make it work, got a scholarship to New York then, so we can be together and stuff like that. Got denied my visa. Uh, and then I had to go serve in Katsina for my NYSC. And that was where things just began to go south. Like communication was a challenge because the network in Katsina in the camp was really bad. Even when we got to the city, I couldn't make the calls like when I was in Lagos and all that. And then somewhere towards the end of my service year, she broke up. And I was broken, like broken, heartbroken. And then finished my NYC because I was alone in Katsina. Like family was not there. Few friends, yes, that even knew us together. And then she broke up with me. And for months, heartbroken. But then, guess who came to the rescue? Some months after when I got back to Lagos, my bestie in the university that knew all about that relationship. My very close friend in the university that knew all about that particular relationship. And guess who I'm married to right now? The bestie that knew all about that relationship. So if you look at it from an angle, you say, "Oh, was she wishing that relationship break up? Was she planning that relationship break up? Was she maybe not necessarily, maybe, but the truth is, when you put yourself in that position, chances are things might even just align that there'll be a breakup in the marriage, there'll be a breakup in the relationship, there'll be a breakup in the because you if you're not careful, you start seeing your wife, you start seeing your fiancé, you start seeing your girlfriend, you start seeing your boyfriend, you start seeing your husband through the bestie's eyes. Now let's paint a picture of what's happening with Two Face and Annie, right? So they were going through some challenges for several years. We all know about that. And now, you know, they're apart, they're separated. Two Face is traditionally married to someone else. Yeah, Natasha. Now, one would think that as a woman, Annie, who is, of course, the mom of Two Face's daughters, one would think that she would be more rational in, I mean, look at the picture. Like, it's almost like wanting to hit back at her ex-husband, like, hey, I still got it. But who does she still got it with is the cocoa here. She still got it with a former, is it anything like former best friend? Someone who was her friend while she was married to her husband is who she's getting it with. So what I'm saying is that is it that Swankie was always like there wanting to and hoping? Because that's what many of these besties do. They are hoping, they'll be giving you advice that will even mess things up more. They'll be stylishly acting like they want it to work, but in their mind, they don't really want it to work. Yes, they know all this. I'm a bestie to somebody, a married woman. You are a guy. and you're a bestie to my married woman. Advice. What? I mean, when I read it, people say, no, they've been friends for so long, they've been friends for forever. Best friend, opposite sex best friends to a married woman. Well, help me understand it. Maybe I'm old school. Help me understand it. Okay, so I want to hear from you guys. You are a guy, you're married, and your wife is saying that she has an opposite sex best friend. How would you take it? Let me hear from you guys. How would you receive it? How would you take it? Is it something you'll be cool with? Like you're in love with her, you have kids, you have two daughters, lovely daughters, like in the case of Two Face and Annie, and then your wife that you love so much is saying, hey, I got this male opposite sex bestie. Let me know. Type in the chat. I want to hear from you. Top Edge, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. How would you receive it? How would you take it? Would you take it lying down? Would you rebel? Would you say no, not in this house? This is not happening. What will be your catch on that? How would you take it? I want to know. I want to hear from you guys. Is this something as a woman too? You're married. Your marriage has its challenges, but you guys are doing fine. But your husband has a woman that he calls best friends forever. Like I mean, Annie did. Was it Annie or Swankie that typed under their picture together forever or something like that? Would you take it? Is it something you can take in your marriage or your relationship that your fiancé, your boyfriend is saying that, hey, there's this opposite sex guy, like your babe is saying that there's this guy that's my best friend that, I love him forever, together forever. Would you accept that? I mean, even if you know that, oh, you don't have ground here too, or you wait till you have ground, you have some ground, say, "Mm-mm, please, you must savor this relationship." What would you do? I want to hear from you guys. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? Would you accept, or you would say no? You will stand your ground and say an outright no. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. For those of you that don't know, the real name of Swanky Jerry is Jerry Obudo. That's his name. Jerry Obudo. That's his name. So let me know. Is this something you can roll with, or is it no for you, or it's a no for you? Let me know in the live this night. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Ra 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 ra. I'm waiting to hear from you guys. I want more comments in the chat. Is this something you can take? Your husband, your wife having a bestie of the opposite sex. I want to know if this is something you can handle, something you can live with, something you can allow. I want to hear from you. Let me know. Type in the chat. Type in the chat before we move on to one of the real life experiences. I've shared one real life experience. I'm going to move on to more. I'm going to talk to you shortly about a lady that had a bestie that she had to break up. She broke up with her boyfriend because of the bestie. And then you hear what happened. You hear what happened next. Pardon me. Gun, 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 gun. Or have you ever been the bestie? Have you been a case where you are the bestie that is doing a side game with somebody's girlfriend or somebody's boyfriend or somebody's husband or somebody's wife? I want to know. I want to know. I want to hear from you whether you've been in that situation. Like Swanky Jerry now is saying he's been friends with Annie Dibia for like forever. Does that mean while Annie was married, while she was African queen, there was a African side man somewhere? It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I want to hear from you guys. What you think? What you think? What you think? And how do you think the man or the woman in the marriage or the relationship feels knowing such. Like, let's assume this relationship between Swanky Jerry and Annie has been on for say 10 years. How would Two Face had felt knowing that his wife has someone there, they are this close? Would he have been suspicious of her? Or would I say, oh man, I trust my wife? Like, nothing will happen now. I trust my wife. There's nothing that will happen. And you can see where they are now. You can see daddy playing side game, mommy playing side game, daddy with side chick, mommy with side man. Wow, it's not healthy. It's not a healthy way to go. So let me tell you about uh, the lady and I experienced with having a bestie while she was in the relationship. So this lady had a close friend while she was dating a guy, and every challenge that she had with a guy, she would take it to the bestie. And the bestie would advise in a way that it will even lead to more fight. That no, he's supposed to know that he should do this now. He's supposed to understand you. He's supposed to know that he should be there for you. Every time she complains, it makes it seem as if the guy is a bad guy. Every time she complains to her bestie, the bestie will make it seem as if, oh, okay, let me give her an instance. Maybe she goes like, oh, I needed him to follow me to for an event with my parents and he couldn't make it. Why would your boyfriend not be able to follow you for? He said he had work. But he could have taken leave from work now. That's something that's not hard to do. So every fault that the lady had about her boyfriend, it would make it seem as if it's the guy that doesn't just want to do it. That the guy is just not being sacrificial. That the guy is not just loving her. It will make it seem that way. Do you get it? So eventually, the lady started seeing prospects in him, in the bestie, that why am I struggling with this guy when everything I want is already in, it's already ready made in my bestie? So stupidly, she broke up with a boyfriend who was trying his best, but she was no longer satisfied because why? Bestie, bestie goals. Bestie is showing that these things are possible that your guy is not doing. So she got into a relationship with bestie. To cut a long story short, the relationship was worse. It was a victimization relationship where manipulation, where the bestie was now even using the things they knew about her relationship with the former guy to manipulate and attack her. Like, maybe that's what you did with you are the one that is difficult. That's how this could not work with this, and all that. So every argument, she would make reference to the former relationship of how she failed at it, and she's bringing it to the table with him too. Meanwhile, when she was having the challenges with the guy, Bestie was saying, it's possible now. Your guy doesn't just want to try. Was stylishly putting himself on the table that, man, look at me. I'm the man for you, not the man you're dating right now. Look at your bestie, the best potential husband. Their relationship did not last 3 months. Meanwhile, the other relationship lasted several years. So she let go of a relationship that could have led to marriage because of the bestie that was making himself seem like the golden prize. And and that was how that relationship failed. That was how that relationship failed. Besties, opposite sex besties, are harmful to relationship, whether they accept it or not. That's what we're saying there. They are harmful to relationships. Somewhere at the back of the mind there is infatuation, is I wish it was me, is I can love him better, I can love you better than her, I can love you better than him. It's right there. Even for same sex, at times there's envy and jealousy. How much more opposite sex? Should you have some friends of the opposite sex? Yeah, but bestie, best friend that you are confiding in, telling all the things that happen in your relationship, it's a no. It's a no-no. For me, it's a no-no. There's no way you want to paint it. There's no way you want to pull it. There's no way you want to push it. It's a no-no. And that's that about that. So for Annie, Like people are saying, they are just friends. They're just friends. Because one, I think it's too early for her to get into a relationship now. I think it's too early. I think any relationship is getting into right now, she's not. She's not gonna review it out of her clear mind. That's just the truth. I didn't review mine out of my clear mind. I shared with you guys that I was in the same scenario. I broke up, and then boom, boom, boom. In months, I was dating. Excuse me. I was dating my friend back then in university. Give me a second, please. Let me get some water. Yeah, I was dating. I broke up with my fiancée, and then within about 4 or 5 months, I was dating my good friend in the university, and then by the way, which as a person I'm married to right now. But with the benefit of hindsight, honestly, I wouldn't say that was my clearest of mind that period. I'm sharing with you now. I won't say that there was the thing of, oh, we've known each other, so there's no need to search too deep since we've been friends now for about 4 years, 5 years. We know ourselves now. There was that assumption that you know them, but we really don't know your bestie or whatever until you're actually in a relationship. Even the bestie that is giving you advice, saying you, oh, they can do better, telling you, oh, your boyfriend could have done better. When they start dating you, they will know the real you. They go no, say just chilling as best friends is different from saying we want marriage. They'll know the real you. The temperament will come out. The temperament will come out. This is one of the reasons why many marriages fail. Oh, me. I've had several reasons to want to walk away from my marriage. I mean, several, several. The grace has been willingness to forgive, willingness to learn and unlearn, and willingness to hope for the best. Yeah, that has been the grace. Yeah, when you marry bestie out of emotions and brokenheartedness, you face some challenges because you never really looked. You never really looked. And then so many of these bestie relationships don't even work out. But the ones that rush into marriage and all that, when they get into that marriage, they'll now start saying that being best friends and being husband and wife is different too. So Swanky and Olivia, I'm advising free of charge advice. Being best friends and being husband and wife, being opposite sex bestie or office husband and wife or whatever, it different from saying that marriage is a kind of a bit complex and very intentional institution by God, and it's not something you just jump into because you are someone's best friend. If Annie and Swanky Jerry try it, all this, how much is Ashwebi that they are joking? 15K, 4K, 5K, all this joking on Instagram and on Twitter. If they attempt it, that their best friendship would dismantle I'm telling you for free. I'm telling you for free that marriage, if they rush into it, if they take time and start knowing themselves as not bestie now, we are dating, and they date for maybe a year, 2 years, and they still want to go ahead, that can work. But if they rush into anything now out of Annie's hurting, she wants to prove point to Two Face, she want to pay back, she want to show that she's happy, they now go and rush into marriage. Those two, the thing won't last 2 months. Because it's a totally different ball game. Once you're married, you see the faults more. Once you're married, the after a while, this the sex. Ask married people. After a while, the sex that is shacking you will not shack you. Like, yeah, you will still make it. You will make efforts to make it very interesting and active and all that. But the way she was shacking you before, just when you married, the shacking will reduce. Oh. Yeah, Tyrese was saying something that that he needs a woman that when he's down can help him. I don't know if you've seen that video. Can help him, can hold him up, and that your cleavage will not do that for me. Fact, your cleavage will not do that for a man. For the men, your six packs will not do it for the woman. What will do it is your character, is who you are, who you've molded yourself to be. what would make you stay in a marriage when there are challenges is your value system, and yeah, and what you believe in, how you think you can make it work. Yeah, your belief in your capacity to make it work. Other than that, many of us, we have reasons to work out. You know me, I'm always very real on this place. So some people will come and say, "Oh, me and my wife, we've never argued. In my family, we've never spoken harshly. We've never." Da, da, da. A lot of people are whining you. So if you think bestie will not shout at you or bestie will not quarrel with you when you marry that bestie, think again. Think again. And bestie that is planning to overtake the real owner, fear God. Besties fear God. Besties that are planning to overtake the owner of the thing, fear God. Eh? Fear God. You get my point? Fear God. So let me know. Have you had, I've shared several of my experiences. I think I've shared about two or three now. Have you had an experience of a best friend, an opposite sex best friend that took your girlfriend or took your boyfriend? Let me hear from you. Let me hear from you. Let me hear from you. Let me take some water. Oh, that's refreshing. Let me hear from you. Have you had such an experience? Have you had such an experience? Let me hear from you. Let me hear. Drop in the chat, drop a comment in the chat. Has a bestie ever taken your boyfriend or your girlfriend from you? I'd like to hear from you. You can type in the chat and I'll read it out. I'll read it out so that anyone watching this video, they can learn from you. Have you had an instance where an opposite sex bestie, maybe your boyfriend's female friend, ended up, getting married to him? They ended up spending the rest of their lives together instead of you. If that has happened to you, let me know. I shared my own experience that, yeah, my wife right now was a best friend, was a good friend, not even a best friend. I won't qualify her as a best friend then, but she was one of my good friends at the University of Lagos. And yeah, while my fiance then relocated to the United States of America, and then after she broke up with me, some months after that, I started dating my best friend. Yeah, of course, because I've known her anyway. Anyway, like, oh, I've been friends with her. She's worked with me and served with me in the fellowship for years and all that. And then, boom. I think that our dating period did not, how long was it? Maybe from about 6 months or 7 months. I think from maybe November to by June of the next year, we're married already. Yeah, that's it. Then when we now entered, I'll give you guys gist, maybe not today. When we now entered the marriage, everybody now began to show themselves true colors, and all that. And it was really was a tough time, the early years of marriage and all that. And it just gets easier kind of with years, in the sense that you get more matured. Uh, yeah, you get more matured. I think it was which pastor was saying it that I saw today, and it's fact that don't marry someone if you cannot live with how they are right now in case they don't change. Yeah, don't marry someone with the hope that, oh, this thing will change, then the marriage will be smooth because this thing changes. Marry someone that if that's the way they remain, they don't change in their character. Make sure, see, take this warning from me. Whoever you're going to marry, whatever thing they are doing that you don't like, assume that if they don't change, can you live with them? Then you can say yes. If you know that you can't live with that behavior, if they don't change, don't marry. Oh, don't marry them. Oh, because people may not change. People may not change. I'm giving you that for free, free counsel from personal experience. There are things I've not changed doing. There are things my wife has not changed in doing. Yeah. And this was bestie. Oh, bestie. When you say bestie, top notch bestie. So it's not by bestie that they will now be better option. Oh. All of those of you that I'm speaking to those that they are besties, they are opposite sex besties, telling them, oh, the guy should know how to treat you better. The lady should know how to satisfy you more. When they are now the ones on that table with you, they will do worse. Oh, they will do worse. They will do worse. That's what I'm telling you here. That they will do worse when they are the ones that now have to, yeah, uh, be the one to please you, be the one to spend time with you. Many of these besties will perform worse than the husbands or wives or boyfriends or girlfriends they are criticizing now. So besties fear God. They will do worse. Yeah, they will do worse. All right. Bestie, best friend goals. There's a BFF, best friends forever. Best friends forever can be same sex. Want to be best friends forever with another man's wife. I can't believe I said that. Yeah, you want to be best friends forever with somebody else's wife, with somebody else's. How does that work? How does that even work for you? How do you want that to work? Huh? Is that even right? Is that even okay? Best friends forever with another person's boo? No, no. That's why some people they are married, they'll still go and be sleeping with best friend. God, thank you, thank you. Hmm. I thank God for that one. To the best of my knowledge, I thank God for that one. Ah, people have suffered. And you have a wife that is sleeping around. Ah, yeah. Hey, hmm, doesn't make any sense. Your wife visiting our former bestie or our bestie and now sleeping with him. Now come back to meet you. Or husband going to sleep with the bestie. Now coming back to meet the wife. That's a terrible love triangle, man. The only person you guys are allowed to be intimate with is the Holy Spirit. Not even the best, a bestie. Ah, God. There are some things that are very odd to me. Like when I also hear that people are doing office place relationship romance. Like you're married, you are now sleeping with someone at your office. Aye, come on, guy. That's like pulling where you are eating, man. Yeah, pulling where you are eating. Then, especially if you're now married, also sinning against God, the values of your home, disrespecting your wife or your husband, whichever case it is, but then you're still pulling again where you're eating, man. How does that work? How does that work? I don't know how people do it. Oh. I don't know what kind of temptation will make you want to date someone you are working with or go outside, take it outside. Yeah, it's LDR. It's LDR. If you have to, take it outside. If you have to date someone outside of your working place. That's the way I see it, man. So the people will now have office husband, not just bestie, office husband, office wife. That's something else. Office husband, office wife. You are married at home, or you leave your wife at home. You leave your husband at home. You will now have office husband, office wife. Who does that now? Eh? Who does that? So back to Swanky and Annie. I really think that all these besties things might have played its part in the breakup of Annie and Two Faces' marriage. Because there's no way you can be having such a guy like that, probably even younger, as your best friend, and you are married with kids, married with lovely daughters. There's no way. The man won't have some reservation, even if he's not saying it. And you know, too, Baba will not say it. I'm saying this because that's the claim now. Okay, so this is what happened. The first time they saw them hanging out in a club, having fun, a lot of people were like, "Oh, she's dating Swankie." This is it. So there was a defense line that was put up that, hey, they've been friends, that they're best friends. Now, this second round of pictures and outing with just two of them. The other round had other people. This one with just two of them now. One of them now put a caption together forever. One puts love, 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 love emojis and all that. So people are still defending that, oh, they've been like that for a while. They've been best friends, they've been bond friends, they've been this friend. So are you telling me that while she and Two Face were together, they were doing all these love, love, love emojis and bond, bond, bond together forever? That's even while she was married to a man who she pledged forever to. You, Swankie and Jerry, now you are saying together forever. That means you've been forever with her inside the marriage. I this thing, you get that view. This matter, this Two Face, Annie, and Natasha, Swankie matter. We have not, we are not anywhere near the end yet. We are nowhere near the end yet because it's just a whole lot of uh, infidelity, adultery, distrust, a whole lot of that in the mix. And eventually, Two Face is going to bust the bubble. I see him being the one that will just bust the bubble and say everything that happened and what was really behind their separation. Because we've not really heard that. We've not really heard this is it. And then, oh, she causes drama. Women cause drama now. Oh, she attacks me at times. I don't know how dangerous that is. If the attacks are very dangerous, then that's what pulling out of the marriage or separating. Because your life is critical. Your life is crucial. Yeah, your life is critical. Any woman that puts me or make me feel threatened, man, I walk away. I don't care what people will say. Oh, George, this. I walk away. Eh? A second. Okay, I'm just trying to get to check that. So I'm sure that we still have some percentage there. Yeah. So we're getting to the end of the live tonight. It's been an amazing time with you guys. You can see I did a rush thumbnail for tonight because of the timing. I didn't want to. I noticed that most of the time when I come on like 7:30 to 8, knocking into 8:30, there's more engagement. More of you guys are online. So once it's getting to like 8:30 and I'm not ready, I just want to come online fast. And so that's why the thumbnail is not so yeah like that. So, but I'll fix it. I'll fix it later tonight or tomorrow at the office. I'll fix it so uh, the thumbnail can say what this live is really about. But for those of you just joining or you're watching right now, we're talking about the negative impact and role that all these opposite sex besties play in a marriage, in a relationship, and how many times, intentionally or not, they end up being the cause of the breakup of this relationship. And that's what we've been looking at tonight. Yeah, that's what we've been looking at tonight. And of course, now it's your host, Rashid. And yeah, it's been a fun time with you guys tonight. I've just been a bit chill tonight, though. Just a bit relaxed. Like, I want this life to be more I want to be able to connect more with you guys. I want to be able to maybe you guys can like you have a friend that you look forward to speaking with every evening, where we can just talk about issues, talk about trends, and relate them to positive influence. By teaching the right values, teaching the right mindset to everyone that watches my video, everyone that comes across my live, my shorts, and all that. Yeah, it's all positive, and all that, all positive and all that. So yeah, don't be the bestie that will ruin someone's marriage. Don't be the bestie that will be stylishly putting down a relationship of your opposite sex girlfriend or boyfriend, whichever one it is, whether you're a lady that has an opposite sex boy, bestie boy, or you're a guy that has an opposite sex bestie girl. Don't be that bestie that will be stylishly putting yourself as if you're a better alternative, as if you're a better option. That's what they do. Don't be, don't be that person that will be making it seem as if, oh, the other guys are doing it. The person they are dating is not worth it. Yeah, they don't say it. Oh, they won't say it. They won't say it outrightly that, hey, oh, stop dating Sean or stop dating Kunle. No, they won't say it that way. They will just be when the girl or the guy comes to them for advice, just say, oh, but that's an easy thing now. Why didn't he help you with it? I do that severally for people I don't even know. Why is he now not doing it for someone he wants to spend the rest of the life with? What have they told you that, hey, if you spend the rest of your life with me, I'll be doing it for you? Fear God. Besties, fear God. Fear God. Fear God. Swanky Jerry, fear God. All of you. All right. Like, drop a comment for me. I'll respond to you. My name is Rashid, as you know now. This is Stay Them TV. All right, this is where I bring the live to a close. I'm going to stay on for a bit like I normally do in case one or two people have a question for me or you want to drop something in the chat. I'll just stay laid back a bit for about 2 minutes and then I'll come back and end the live straight up like we do every night, every weekday night. Yeah. I can never go back. Oh, no, no, it's already too late. Oh. It won't make sense. Oh, no, no, turning back. No, no. No, 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 nothing but what's in the world. Spend the billions, you for Jesus. You say, well done. Mm, let it be told. Jesus, what am I with the dun, dun, dun. Without you, Father. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, they were. Mm. Hallelujah, mo kọ́ tó gun èṣù tí wó. Hallelujah, mo kọ́ díje èṣù tí já. Wá kàkà hallelujah. Channels of my spirit. Open up. Uh, what's your favorite song right now? What's my favorite song right now? Let me see. Do I have a favorite song right now? What's yours? Let me know. Type it in the chat. For gospel, I do mostly gospel music nowadays anyway. So that would be maybe Fragrance to Fire. It just keeps resonating. It's not a new song, but I just really love it. I love Fragrance to Fire. It's a beautiful song. The first it was fragrance, then it's on the fire. I love the song. It just speaks to my soul, speaks to my heart. I don't really listen to secular music, so I don't know. But there's this song by Rema that's been something like that that's been trending. Yeah. I like the Fuji. There's a Fuji feel to it. Yeah, so I won't call it a favorite song. I'll call it. I like hearing it on TikTok and when they use it for stuffs and all that. Yeah, so that's that about that. And with that, I come to the end of tonight's live. God bless you. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for subscribing. Till I see you tomorrow on another live. God bless you. Good night now. Or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching this and whenever you're watching it. Share, like, drop a comment. Yes, subscribe to the channel. I'll be so grateful you do. God bless you. And wishing Annie and Two Face the best in their next steps. Yeah. Bye now. Don't be that bestie that is spoil marriage. Don't be the bestie that is spoiling relationship. You hear? Go back and watch in case you are just joining. Till I see you next time tomorrow.